Right now at 5, a winter storm is on the way. How area shelters are preparing.
And grounded Boeing 737 MAX 9 jets are not allowed to take off.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. Well, today is an alert day, and as we've got a big winter storm heading our way, so we're going to send it straight over to Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart on what we can expect.
Yeah, it's the first one of the season. We thought this track would go further south. It shifted further north, which is always a possibility, but it has then shifted north to give us more snowfall than we expected. But still, it's going to be a snowy week beyond this alert day, but we definitely have the alert day going on to tonight and tomorrow. Hazardous travel during accumulating snow, but also blowing snow. That's going to be an issue more for tomorrow afternoon or evening. Worst conditions south of I-90. It's less as you go further north. Overall, the winter storm warnings are in the pink, 4 to 6 to 12 as you go towards Crawford County, about 4 to 8 La Crosse. Higher elevations probably get the higher amounts, and as you go further north, it kind of tails off to very little as you get towards Ladysmith. So that's a track. Right now, just some light snow beginning to approach Iowa. Decorah still not seeing anything reach the ground yet. Mason City is, but that's going to be changing. You see visibility right now still 9 to 10, so we're not going to see much this evening for any of the locations. A little bit of snow for La Crosse as we go closer to 10, but notice the temperatures above freezing, so the snow rate won't be as high to create any road issues yet. Otherwise, for Eau Claire, we're going to just see 31 degrees. Temperatures remain steady, but you will need your snow gear tomorrow, especially coming with the snow blower and maybe the snow shovel later on. We're going to have some snow, heavy wet snow, blowing snow. The thing is, that is only the start of this week, and things are going to get more interesting as we go towards the second half of the week too, especially the temperatures.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Well, of course, anytime severe weather hits our area, La Crosse's unsheltered population feels it the worst. News
8 Now's Jeremy Wall has the details on area shelters preparing for the storm. Jeremy?
Ken and Emily, as you can see, the snow hasn't started falling yet, but nonetheless, shelters are already at capacity, including right here at the Salvation Army. Major Alan Hellstrom says the shelter still works with other agencies to make sure people who need a place to stay have somewhere to go to stay warm. The agency also says that they've been handing out clothes and working with Catholic charities to help the unsheltered population. The nonprofit is also making sure people living outdoors have clothes and other winter apparel for the snow.
We've been giving out winter apparel, coats, hats, scarves, mittens, socks, and when we've had them, some boots. And so we've been giving those materials out, and we will continue to give those out.
And I reached out to a representative with the city of La Crosse. She says they don't have any plans to open up its emergency day shelter. Coming up at 6, I'll be speaking to Gunderson Health System and find out how they're helping the unsheltered population as the snow is set to hit our area tomorrow. For now, we're live in La Crosse. Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. And ahead of the bad weather, the city of La Crosse has declared a snow emergency beginning tomorrow, which means alternate side parking will be in effect. Enforcement begins at 6 a.m. and will last 48 hours, ending Thursday. And on odd-numbered days, you should park on the side of the street with odd-numbered addresses. And on even-numbered days, park on the side of the street with even-numbered addresses. To stay on top of snow emergency alerts, you can sign up for text notifications on the city's website. We'll have a link on our website, news8000.com.
Now, that emergency is set to expire on Thursday, but of course the city of La Crosse does reserve its right to extend the snow emergency if the situation deems it appropriate. In the meantime, a La Crosse man has been arrested after discharging a projectile at police. On Saturday, La Crosse officials say 30-year-old Sean Keller discharged an unknown projectile toward an officer's car while driving by. The object exploded with a flash of light and damaged the window and door frame of the squad car. Keller drove away and did not stop for officers. In the last 6 months, Keller has allegedly shown similar behavior on 3 separate incidents, including throwing ice and allegedly spitting on squad cars. His arrest warrant included a $100,000 cash bond.
The competency of a Toma man accused of trying to kill 2 people on Thanksgiving is in question. In a Sparta courtroom this morning, 44-year-old George Solis' attorney requested a competency exam for his client. According to the criminal complaint, Solis and his family were watching football when he suddenly stabbed one of the victims with a kitchen knife on Thanksgiving Day. When a family member tried to step in, Solis also tried to stab him. The first victim was taken to Gunderson with life-threatening injuries. He is currently held in Monroe County Jail on a $500,000 cash bond. Solis' next hearing is in February.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill face critical government funding deadlines as they return to Washington this week. Over the weekend, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Speaker Mike Johnson agreed to $1.59 trillion in overall government spending for this fiscal year, with $886 billion going to defense spending and just over $700 billion to non-defense spending. Coming to this agreement is an important first step, but experts point out there are still challenges ahead for Speaker Johnson, who's still new to the role.
He faces the same challenges that Kevin McCarthy faced and any other Republican speaker was going to face. An incredibly historically small majority where few members are able to jump ship and then be able to pass legislation.
The far-right House Freedom Caucus, a group that played a key role in ousting Johnson's predecessor, Kevin McCarthy, says the top-line deal is a, quote, total failure and is calling for more dramatic spending cuts.
Boeing 737 MAX 9 jetliners aren't allowed to leave the ground. The FAA ordered 171 of the planes pulled out of service, forcing hundreds of cancellations for Alaska Airlines and United Monday. This is while investigators try to determine what caused a door panel to blow out during an Alaska flight Friday night. It happened at 16,000 feet shortly after taking off from Portland, leaving a gaping hole in the aircraft. The so-called plug door was recovered in a school teacher's backyard. Investigators will spend another day poring over the airplane with particular focus on the area where the 63-pound piece of the airplane blew out. One point of frustration for investigators, the cockpit voice recorder. It has a 2-hour recording window and wasn't retrieved soon enough before being overwritten. Boeing is planning a safety summit on Tuesday.
Just ahead, 1 week to go until the Iowa caucuses.
A look at the presidential hopefuls' messages to voters in the Hawkeye State.
We've done many, many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
At Toma Health, we're caring for our community through our partnership with the Toma Area School District.
I'm Mike Hansen. I'm the Superintendent of Schools for the Toma Area School District. Toma Health's commitment to our school district is felt in our classrooms and our co-curricular activities and throughout our community. I'm proud of our organizational partnership with Toma Health because they help us become even better educators in our endeavor to provide high-quality student learning to every child every day. Toma Health, caring for our community.
Are you ready to get more from your checking account? Altra's A+ accounts are built with more in mind. More ways to stay connected to your finances with online and mobile banking. More secure ways to pay with contactless debit cards and mobile wallet, so you can make purchases without slowing down. More money in your pocket with better rates, no minimum balance, and no monthly fees.
Psst, this just in. New members opening an A+ account with $250 get an extra $250.
Altra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners.
Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you equipped with quality tools and project supplies because we get you. Whether you're a hardworking pro or an ambitious DIYer, we get you what you need to get the job done. Right now, save on 80-piece Milwaukee bit sets, $24.99. This Craftsman propane heater, only $89.99. Plus, trade in any used power or hand tool for exclusive trade-in savings on select DeWalt tools and accessories. We get you what you need because we get you. at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Whether it's a bathroom remodel or comprehensive plumbing services, we at Maxwell White strive to keep our neighbors safe and comfortable in their homes, offering honest, upfront pricing on every service, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call Maxwell White today.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
President Biden is in South Carolina to deliver a speech at the Mother Emanuel AME Church in Charleston, where 9 black parishioners were killed by a white gunman during Bible study back in 2015.
The president is ramping up his re-election campaign, focusing his remarks on American democracy and political extremism. He denounced the poison and white supremacy in America and called out former President Trump for his role in the January 6th Capitol riot.
For hours, the defeated former president sat in a private dining room off of the Oval Office and did nothing, absolutely nothing. His actions were among the worst derelictions of duty by any president in American history. Losers are taught to concede when they lose, and he's a loser.
At one point, a group of protesters interrupted President Biden, calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. They were eventually drowned out by supporters chanting 4 more years.
President Biden said he's been working with the Israeli government to get them to significantly reduce their military presence in Gaza.
The Iowa caucuses are just 1 week from tonight, but there isn't the typical buzz of campaign activity you'd normally see 1 week out.
Skylar Henry has more details from Washington, D.C.
Snow and bad weather moving into Iowa prompted Nikki Haley to cancel the one campaign event in Iowa that she'd planned for Monday.
The next president of the United States, Vivek Ramaswamy.
That left Vivek Ramaswamy and Asa Hutchinson as the only Republican presidential candidates campaigning in the Hawkeye state, with just 1 week to go before the caucuses.
You know, the other candidates, they don't have nearly the number of events we do. We're having a ton of turnout, and it's been going on for a while.
Trump sent out a fundraiser claiming he's being forced off the campaign trail to attend court sessions, but he is not required to attend the hearings. Trump was in Iowa over the weekend with rallies in Newton and Clinton. He called on Joe Biden to release everyone in jail for the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol.
I call them hostages. Some people call them prisoners. I call them hostages. Release the J6 hostages, Joe.
Do you think that this primary caucus season will be hinged to January 6th in any way? Rachel Payne Caulfield, the co-chair of the political science department at Drake University, says at this point, any narrative tied to January 6th appears to be helping Trump.
As indictments started to come down, I think what it really did is it actually provided kind of a loyalty test to his supporters, right? And so it made more people rally around him and say, no, we really want to protect this guy.
In anticipation of a general election rematch, President Biden also invoked January 6th in a campaign speech last week, calling Trump's candidacy a threat to democracy. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
A rocky start to the first lunar landing mission in 50 years.
The challenges flight controllers must overcome to keep that mission on track.
And we definitely got snow coming up here for this storm, but we got several more this week, including much colder temperatures. So an active week ahead. I'll time all that, see how much we get, and how cold those temperatures will be by this weekend. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
When the insurance company sees Bygoff and Rody on the other side, they know they're in for a fight. It's your life, but it's our fight. And they know that if they're not being fair with us, they will find themselves in court, and that's how Bygoff and Rody gets results for its clients.
Are you ready to build your future? Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor is hiring and wants you to apply. Starting wage for laborers up to $18 per hour with a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience but a great attitude? Then apply today. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
Has your pet been diagnosed with a cruciate ligament injury or torn ACL? Forget the inconvenience of travel and expense to a university. Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics in Holmen specializes in knee reconstruction using the TPLO. This is a gold standard that's been used by veterinarians for over 40 years and provides the strongest fixation in ACL repair. Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics today.
Asher Lasting Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's window and door replacement experts. Our superior quality, energy-saving windows and doors from the trusted brand of Renewal by Andersen are skillfully installed by certified technicians and backed by some of the strongest transferable warranties available. Save up to 22% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with Renewal by Andersen Windows and Doors. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
If you've been in a serious accident, you need a serious legal team. Bygoff and Rohde is the Western Wisconsin powerhouse. Attorneys who won't settle for less than you deserve. Call Bygoff and Rohde.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
America's return to the moon may take a little longer than expected.
Privately owned Astrobotic Technology confirms its spacecraft that blasted off for the moon early this morning has developed a fuel leak. And with power dwindling, flight controllers are struggling to keep the solar panels aligned with the sun to recharge the batteries.
And liftoff of the first United Launch Alliance Vulcan rocket, launching a new era in spaceflight to the moon and beyond.
It was a picture-perfect liftoff from Cape Canaveral earlier this morning with a brand new Vulcan rocket carrying a U.S. lunar lander for the first time in more than 50 years. The lander successfully separated from the rocket, but 7 hours into the mission, the problems were revealed.
It does not appear they're going to be able to land on the moon. We don't know that for sure yet, but it doesn't appear a moon landing is in the cards, and they're looking at alternate mission scenarios if they have enough fuel to carry them out.
The Peregrine lander had been scheduled to make a soft landing on the moon on February 23rd.
Astrobotic's contract with NASA for the lunar lander was $108 million.
Well, winter storm warning is basically inbound. We are getting some winter conditions this evening for the region. Just how much snow? Let's get the latest from Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, we got the winter storm, the alert day, and once again, we kind of a lot of times focus on the amounts, and it's not so much the amounts, it's actually the snow rate and the wind and the combination of hazards that really play out. So, but overall, we still got the alert date, and it's mainly for areas that's south of I-94. It's much less snow as you go north of 94 to very little as you get towards Ladysmith, and the worst conditions will probably be south of I-90 all the way down to Crawford County, southwest Wisconsin. That's where the heaviest snow is expected too. Here's your winter storm warnings, and it kind of spells out where the heaviest snow is. 6 to 12 or even a little bit higher as you get towards Crawford County, especially the higher elevations, the ridge lines, you'll see that. La Crosse is to the west and to the east over to Sparta, 4 to 8. And once again, the bluffs, especially probably west of La Crosse, could see the higher mounts of that. And then it really tails off as you go north towards Black River and to Ladysmith. And once again, 3 to 5 and 1 to 2. This is snow. But once again, don't forget the wind component of this too, which is going to be even probably worse than the snow. But overall, starting off tonight, we'll see the snow begin to spread from north to south. Once again, if you're south of La Crosse, you'll see it probably before midnight, areas north a little bit afterwards. Once we wake up tomorrow morning, you'll start seeing maybe a slight break in the action around 4 to 6, and then it'll start picking back up. And I think the heaviest snow rate is going to be between about 7 to about 10 a.m., where we could pick up maybe an inch per hour rate. Winds are still a factor, but not as strong yet. But look at the temperatures overall around freezing. So that means if you don't have a lot of snow coming down at a high rate, you'll probably get more of a slush, snow-covered areas than anything else. So that's what we're kind of looking for Tuesday morning. By the afternoon, it continues to then pick up. I think by noon, you'll start seeing it lighten up, especially north and west of La Crosse up to Eau Claire and Ladysmith. We'll start seeing it tail off in the afternoon. Further south you go, more light to moderate, maybe occasional heavy snow through the afternoon. And then by the evening hours, we should start seeing everything become mainly light. But then our impact kind of switches around to the blowing snow issue because the winds start picking up. But the good thing, once again, the temperatures are still around freezing. So we're not going to see a lot of refreezing issues yet, but that could become a factor as we go into Tuesday late at night when the temperatures do fall below freezing, especially in sheltered areas. That wind continues to blow, so you might see any moisture on the roads refreeze. Blowing and drifting will still be a problem through Tuesday evening, probably until about midnight when we'll start seeing the winds begin to die off. As you notice, the snow really kind of ends for the whole area by about 10, but the winds will be the factor. Temperatures overall will get below freezing for tomorrow night, but still not too bad, even though there will be a little bit of a wind chill going on. This is amounts to about 8 a.m. right now, just speaking about 1 to 2 up to La Crosse. Further south, maybe 2 to 4. Areas up the north may not see much at all snow yet until we get to later. And then as we go towards the morning hour, that begins to spread. So the amounts will start spreading up. And that's why a lot of the areas to the south towards Crawford County will see 7 to 14. The winds, not too bad in the morning, 15 to 20, but in the afternoon, that's when they're really going to get picking up. And this is sustained, 20 to 25. There will be gusts through Tuesday evening that approach 40 in some areas. If you're in exposed open country or in the upper elevations, that's when you're probably going to see more of the blowing and drifting. And as the temperatures go below 32, that's when we could see refreeze. By the time we get to midnight, they do start to kind of tail off. Wednesday, they should be calm. So if you kind of time this out, here's the big picture. Here's the heaviest snow rate probably tomorrow morning. Could see 1 inch per hour. Once again, the mounts north of US 8, very light. Everything south is what we're looking at. Temperature around 32, so this won't be kind of a heavy wet snow, but it's going to be tail on the wet side, so slushy, snow covered. And then in the afternoon is when the wind becomes really focused, especially towards the evening hours. It begins to tail off in the north, and then the blowing and drifting will become the main factor, with temperatures still hovering around freezing at that point. Once again, don't forget, we got a system Wednesday night, a little bit of snow, but then this weekend coming up, we got another storm too coming. So that's the big picture, and the temperatures are a big thing coming up too, because enjoy the 20s because we won't be seeing them probably for a long time after we get through Wednesday. But the big picture shows you there's your system we're watching next Friday through Saturday, which follows by some very cold temperatures. Indeed. By the time we get to the end of that period.
Blowing and drifting.
Yeah. Yes, blowing and drifting
like
snow.
People not drifting off of that.
So
right?
the thing is, just remember, it's going to be a wetter side snow, so we'll still have some issues. But this week going to Friday, Saturday, it's going to be colder. So the salt thing won't work as much towards the end of the week with that system. So something to keep in mind of when you're traveling towards Friday, Saturday.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank
New
you.
things to learn. Thank you.
Oh, when we come back, a new job opportunity is targeting fans of Oscar Mayer.
The hunt for new hot doggers after this.
The Board Store Home Improvements. Everyday low prices on bathroom remodels for seniors and families. Contact us today for a prompt free estimate.
Morgan Farmer at Park Bank enjoys working with new and existing business owners to ensure their success. And he also enjoys other things. Visit Morgan to talk about your small business and other things.
Hey man, thanks for holding my beer.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks guys. I'll be here all night. See that?
What?
Hey, what's up? Not much.
I'm gonna need another beer. I swear, you're everywhere.
Yeah, man, I've been busy.
The Carpets to Go odds and end sale has been extended. Take advantage of huge savings in short rolls, remnants, ceramic, LVT, laminate, and vinyl. Plus, get a free 8-pound pad with any short roll pad 50 feet or under. In-stock click-together luxury vinyl plank starts at only $349 a square foot with pad attached. Get 12 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Save big on whatever you want on your floor at Carpets to Go Inventory Odds and End Sale, going on now.
Pischke Motors has been family-owned and operated since 1920 and have you to thank for our continued success. Stop into our Jeep 4x4 headquarters in downtown La Crosse or West Salem to find the Jeep you're looking for. Get in a Renegade, Grand Cherokee, Compass, Wrangler, or Gladiator today. We've got great deals on new Jeeps right now. When you find the perfect Jeep, you'll feel it.
Start your search at Pischke.com
and drive away in your new Jeep.
There's been a lot of interest these days.
Interest is growing in our rewards-based Kasasa checking account with 3.55 annual percentage yield.
Interested? Contact us at Park Bank. Member FDIC.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Are you looking to try your hand at something new, or maybe just want to get out on the open road? Well, you might be in luck.
Oscar Mayer is taking applications for 12 new hot doggers. This is the 37th year of the one-year full-time gig behind the wheel of the iconic Wienermobile.
According to a press release, chosen hot doggers will join a rich history of spreading joy and wiener whistles to adoring fans. Hot doggers travel an average of 20,000 miles each year, and they visit at least 40 cities across the U.S.
Oscar Mayer is accepting applications until January 31st. I don't know, would you take that job?
I don't think so. I'm more of a just drive to get me places and not like enjoy the open road.
And not spread joy? You just want to get to one place from another, not share.
I'm not about spreading joy. I guess I'm.
I wouldn't mind it. Maybe like for a year right out of college, you know, trying to figure out what I want to do. Get on the Wienermobile and share weenie whistles with everyone.
It's interesting that you point that out, because at Madison, this thing came by at least once a semester, it felt like.
I never saw
Always trying to recruit the college kids.
Oh my
so you're
gosh.
onto something there.
All right. Well, until January 31st, everyone.
That's right.
We'll have more check on your forecast when we return.
At Dahl Auto, we've had customers ask, why are your prices so low? The simple answer is, we price our pre-owned vehicles to sell. When you're shopping around, we want you asking, why are their prices so high? Dahl Auto.
Where there's a flooded basement, musty crawl space, or wood rot, there's an answer. American Waterworks. For more than 30 years, American Waterworks has been solving homeowners' toughest waterproofing problems. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
Are you ready to get more from your checking account? Ultra's A+ accounts are built with more in mind. More ways to stay connected to your finances with online and mobile banking. More secure ways to pay with contactless debit cards and mobile wallet, so you can make purchases without slowing down. More money in your pocket with better rates, no minimum balance, and no monthly fees.
Psst, this just in. New members opening an A+ account with $250 get an extra $250.
Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
It just keeps getting worse. The crack keeps growing. The doors and windows stick.
This must be very frustrating. Almost no one connects that these are telltale signs that water is shifting your foundation. But it's okay. We got it.
Oh, this is done growing in this house.
Okay.
The effects of water can be surprising, but at Innovative Basement Authority, we'll do a complete home inspection for free, so you can put water back in its place. Schedule a free home inspection today.
Ever wonder why most window replacements fail? It's the installation process. Hi, I'm Steve from ClearChoice. Many companies rush through installations using the caulk and walk methods. They pop the old windows out, slap the new ones in, add a few screws and smears of caulk, then hurry on to the next job. Your window ends up barely hanging on. At ClearChoice, our Weather Guardian installation process ensures your windows are secure and airtight. Don't compromise on quality. Choose ClearChoice Window and Home Solutions for windows that stand the test of time.
With 6 crunchy beef tacos plus a pound of potato olays, our 6-pack in a pound is perfect for date night, movie night, 1,000-piece puzzle night, camping, tailgates, or any day that ends in Y. Get $2 off the 6-pack in a pound, only from Taco John's.
How much time do you spend comparing prices on pre-owned vehicles? At Dahl Auto, we're comparing prices every day, all week, all year, because we want our price to be the best price by far. Dahl Auto.
All right, the alert day for later tonight and tomorrow. Accumulating snow, but don't forget the blowing and drifting snow. Once again, worse conditions as you go further south. We'll see the snow here kind of pile up a little bit, but something to keep in mind of the wind towards tomorrow evening is the bigger factor, I think, once we go there. So be careful if you're traveling out there tonight.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 6.